I think that I've now, at 63 years old, suddenly owned that it's not a bad thing to speak your mind and be who you want to be.
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself.
Breaking news is swirling in royal circles tonight as whispers of a previously unseen interaction between Meghan Markle and Prince Andrew have surfaced. A clip reportedly circulating online shows the two of them in conversation, and while the footage itself has not yet been verified in full, it has sent social media and royal commentators into overdrive. Already hashtags like #Meghan and Andrew and #Royal Secrets are trending, with everyone scrambling to connect the dots between two of the monarchy's most controversial figures in recent history. And honestly, who can blame them? Meghan and Andrew in the same frame? That's enough to make the royal press lose sleep for weeks. The air online is electric. People watching and rewatching that shaky clip, trying to decipher their body language, their tone, even their smiles. It's as if the world stopped for a second, waiting for someone to explain how these two ended up together in one mysterious moment.
In front of you, did you tape them?
Absolutely, yes. And it was given to me and I got it in the car and then returned it straight away.
The speculation is intense because for years, both Meghan and Andrew have been cast as the so-called rebels of the royal family. Andrew, of course, has a history that has drawn global scrutiny. Scandals, allegations, and a public persona that has been criticized relentlessly. Meghan, meanwhile, has become a polarizing figure adored by some, vilified by others, and constantly at the center of media storms. The idea that these two might have interacted or that there could be some hidden connection has ignited imaginations and triggered endless debate about timing, intent, and consequences. And that's where the drama truly begins. Could this be coincidence? Or has Meghan's meticulous rise through royal circles been hiding more layers than anyone realized? Commentators are already whispering, was this before Harry? Was she already studying the inner mechanics of the monarchy, getting familiar with the players before stepping onto the royal stage? Royal historians are literally dusting off archives, flipping through old guest lists, scanning old photographs. They're obsessed with the idea that Meghan may have known more about the royal network long before her fairy tale romance began. Some even claim she had already mapped out the personalities, the power players, the dangerous, the disgraced, and the divine. It's a narrative too irresistible for tabloids to ignore. Meghan, the actress turned duchess, strategic, ambitious, and media-savvy, might have once brushed shoulders with the very prince who'd later become one of the monarchy's darkest chapters. If true, it would rewrite everything we thought we knew about her entrance into royal life. But here's the catch, it's all speculation. Yet speculation is exactly what fuels royal gossip. And in a world where every photo, every glance, every flicker of a smile can become a headline, the possibilities are endless. Was it casual, calculated, or perhaps just one of those strange coincidences that fate throws at people with famous faces? Behind closed doors, insiders claim Meghan was always methodical. She knew the crown was not just about diamonds and palaces, it was about influence, relationships, and image. And maybe, just maybe, meeting Andrew, or even knowing of him, was part of understanding that world she would one day join. It's the kind of quiet preparation that makes both admirers and critics sit up and say, ah, so that's how she did it.
In the old days I would have gone, oh shush, no, I'm not a rebel. I'm really good, I'm really okay, everything's fine.
Public perception of Andrew has never been kind. The former Duke of York's legal and personal controversies, his ties to unsavory networks, and the consequences of his public conduct have made him arguably one of the most scrutinized members of the royal family. Every reported interaction with him carries weight, and in this climate, even a minor or innocent meeting becomes fodder for suspicion. And that's exactly what's happening now. Because when you pair Meghan, the woman often accused of shaking the monarchy, with Andrew, the man whose scandals nearly broke it, the public imagination goes wild. Suddenly, that short clip isn't just a meeting, it's a puzzle. It's fuel for endless what-ifs. The royal watchers are relentless. They zoom in on gestures, lip movements, even the distance between their hands. Analysts replay the clip frame by frame like it's forensic evidence. Some see warmth, others see calculation. No one agrees, but everyone's talking. And in the palace? Oh, you can almost hear the silence. That heavy, worried kind that means everyone knows something explosive is brewing. Because even if Meghan and Andrew's interaction was completely innocent, perception is a dangerous beast. And perception is what the monarchy fears most. Insiders whisper that senior aides are quietly assessing the situation, calculating the fallout. They know how quickly one photo can spiral into a scandal. It's not about what happened, it's about what people think happened. And right now, people are thinking plenty. For Meghan's critics, this is pure gold. Two outsiders, both accused of breaking royal traditions, now tangled in a single clip that seems to confirm every conspiracy they've ever suggested. For her supporters, it's maddening. They argue that Meghan can't even breathe without being accused of plotting, that a 2-second exchange is being twisted into a narrative she never asked for. But fair or not, that's the royal spotlight. It magnifies everything. And still, the question lingers. What was her motive? Did Meghan see Andrew as just another royal, or as someone whose proximity could teach her how the system really works? Those close to her claim she's always been sharp, focused, and strategic qualities that often intimidate the establishment. Maybe this was part of that same instinct, to learn, to observe, to prepare. Meanwhile, the palace is said to be in quiet alarm, not panicked, not public, but restless, reviewing the footage, monitoring reactions, and debating behind locked doors whether to address it or let it die naturally in the news cycle. They know how delicate the situation is. Andrew's name alone is a PR landmine. Add Meghan's to the mix, and suddenly, every headline turns radioactive. The royal machine thrives on control of image, of message, of silence. But here, silence might not be enough, because once the internet decides something's suspicious, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. For now, Meghan's camp is reportedly staying calm, watching, waiting, planning. And that's the thing about Meghan. She doesn't panic. She pivots.
She'd probably be funnier. No, I think I'd be funny.
Meanwhile, public fascination continues to grow. Fans and critics alike are poring over every frame of the alleged footage, analyzing body language, posture, and interaction. Hashtags trend with phrases like Meghan and Andrew, The Hidden Connection, and Royal Rebels Unite. Talk shows debate the possibilities, podcasts dissect motives, YouTube channels upload countdowns and analysis videos trying to decode the relationship. Even subtle gestures or brief conversations are dissected to suggest patterns or hidden meaning. It's madness, but captivating madness. Meghan's aware, of course. Insiders say she's not shaken. If anything, she's irritated by how predictable the reaction is. Her team is doubling down on calm messaging, reminding the public that attending the same event or exchanging a few polite words does not equal conspiracy. Still, Meghan knows one thing. Once the media sinks its teeth into something, it doesn't let go easily. The timing doesn't help either. She's got projects, business ventures, and campaigns all in motion. And now, suddenly, this old clip resurfaces, threatening to overshadow everything. Her supporters call it a setup, an orchestrated distraction. Her detractors call it karma. But to Meghan, it's noise, dangerous noise, but noise nonetheless. And in the grand scheme, the story has grown beyond her. It's become a symbol of how the monarchy's outsiders are always under the microscope. Meghan and Andrew, two people on opposite ends of the royal spectrum, each controversial in their own right, now bound by a single, mysterious encounter that no one can stop talking about. The discussions aren't just about scandal anymore, they're about what this means for the monarchy itself. The public is obsessed with the idea that behind those palace gates lies a tangled web of alliances, secrets, and unspoken understandings. Maybe this moment between Meghan and Andrew is just the tip of the iceberg, or maybe it's nothing at all. But the ambiguity is what makes it addictive. From London's breakfast shows to American podcasts, everyone's playing detective. And for Buckingham Palace, it's another reminder that in this era, one tiny clip can light a global fire. As for the palace itself, insiders suggest there is quiet concern tempered by a refusal to engage publicly. The official stance appears to be one of strategic silence, acknowledging nothing while monitoring the fallout and preparing for potential crises in media coverage. Analysts say this is typical of Buckingham Palace's approach to delicate matters, especially when the parties involved are high-profile and media-savvy. What is clear, however, is that the clip, whether revealing a brief conversation or a chance meeting, has struck a chord. It forces the public to reassess relationships within the royal family, reconsider the trajectory of Meghan's integration, and reflect on the lingering shadow cast by Andrew's past controversies. And that's the problem, because in the world of royalty, even a whisper becomes thunder. Behind those polished palace walls, aides are reportedly scrambling, some pushing for calm, others insisting they can't afford another PR firestorm. For Meghan, the pressure is personal. She's worked years to craft an image of control, independence, and modern grace, and now, one blurred clip threatens to undo all that. She knows every gesture will be dissected, every silence misread, every smile twisted into strategy. For Andrew, the nightmare never really ended. His past controversies follow him like a ghost, and even a polite nod in Meghan's direction reawakens all the old whispers. His team, insiders say, is desperate to remind the public that this is ancient history, a nothing moment inflated into a scandal, but they know better than anyone how ruthless the public can be when it comes to royal sins. The palace itself is walking a tightrope. Too much denial, and it sounds defensive. Too much silence, and it looks like guilt. The truth? They're hoping time will do what press statements cannot bury the noise beneath tomorrow's headlines. The king has been heckled, and while the public connects dots, theorizes motives, and speculates about intent, the palace watches carefully, weighing the implications, considering damage control, and trying to preserve the royal image against the backdrop of relentless scrutiny. The stakes are high, reputations are fragile, and the ripple effects of what may have been a simple interaction could shape narratives for months, if not years, to come. By sunset, London was buzzing. The chatter refused to die. Social media burned with theories: who approached whom, who smiled first, who looked away, was Meghan confident, was Andrew scheming? Everyone had an opinion, and none of them matched. Royal insiders claim meetings stretched late into the night. Behind the gilded doors, aides drafted lines that might never see daylight, phrases meant to steady the public narrative if things got worse. Unrelated, coincidental, respectful engagement. They rehearsed calm while bracing for chaos. For Meghan, the implications were huge. This wasn't just about a clip, it was about the story she's been building for years. Her brand as a modern royal, an advocate, a philanthropist, it all depended on trust, on narrative. And now, the media had found a new weapon, the idea that she played the royal game long before she was invited to the table. Critics pounced. Headlines screamed Meghan's secret royal network, the Duchess and the disgraced prince. Old ties resurface. Every outlet twisted the footage to fit its own version of truth. Meghan's every move was recast as manipulation. For her fans, it was heartbreaking. They saw how easily admiration turned into accusation, how the woman once praised for breaking barriers was now blamed for breathing near controversy. And Harry? He's furious, according to those close to him. Protective, restless, pacing. The man who fought for his wife's peace now watches as yet another storm builds around her. Sources say he wants to speak out, to defend her, but the palace's invisible leash of protocol still tugs at him. Every word must be measured. Every defense risks a headline. The palace watches, the press feasts, and the people whisper. The truth may one day surface, but by then, the story will have already evolved into legend. And in that legend, Meghan will forever be the Duchess who dared to navigate the monarchy on her own terms, and Andrew the Prince, whose every shadow followed him into daylight. And so the gossip rolls on, louder, messier, unstoppable. Because in the kingdom of crowns and secrets, even a glance caught on camera can echo louder than a confession.